youths dancing?
The youths dancing.
Oh my God, yeah. One of them danced so hard on my arm.
I know, I saw that.
Well, better me than you.
Or I was just even gonna say, well, at least you could shove them and they're not gonna
Flick me off and give me dirty looks and be outraged, yeah. Welcome to As We Go Along with Angel, on location, Grandma's house. Can I say something to the people tonight?
Yes, you may.
Hello, friends. Hello, people. So I know this isn't the Allstate Arena. This isn't the United Center. Certainly not Poplar Creek, rest in peace.
Or Wells Park.
Or Rose Park, but this is Grandma's house, and I just heard the sad news that this is going to be the last time some music is going to be played in the basement. Yeah.
Grandma doesn't like it, or what?
I mean, I think after a while, sometimes Grandma just needs to go to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, needs to be in bed by 10, so I want to dedicate our set
To Grandma.
to Grandma.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, Nelson.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Nelson.
I am going to give you a little drum concerto. I mean, I'm not Greg Laker by any stretch of the matter, but I think this is appropriate for tonight. So this is a drum solo, Grandma's house. Thank you. Thank you for the last 10 years. No, last 9 years.
So I kind of pieced together a drum set and started playing with my next door neighbor. And my first show I ever played was at the Thirsty Whale. I don't know if you remember that place out in the
of course.
But it was an all ages venue. It was real shady, probably run by the mob. They would give anybody a show there. And my first band played a couple shows there because that was the only place we knew that would even take us. But then when I met these older dudes, like older, as in like 2 or 3 years older, they're talking about playing at VFW halls and YMCA's and basements. And I'm like, what the hell? This is the YMCA. Like, what the hell does that even, what are you talking about? And I remember when I first went, I went to the it was either the Elmhurst YMCA or the Elmhurst VFW. And it was like a full on, it was probably, I'm trying to think, it was either like Oblivion or, God damn, some of these band names will come to me. But these were like packed shows with people crowd surfing, and it was all 13, 14, 15-year-old kids. And it was the coolest thing in the world. And I hadn't really been to punk rock, so to speak, like the musical genre. But that kind of scene, just the DIY thing, was so attractive to me, really for no other reason than it was the only way we could play. You know, it was there was no other outlet than playing these kind of thrown together shows where somebody rents out a video hall. So that's really what got me going, and that's kind of what got me introduced to a lot of people I played with later when I was in college and when I was an adult.
Woo! Okay, you gonna put a lot of fart sounds in here?
Maybe, if you like it. Like right now.
They lean over. There you go, right there. There's a cue.
Okay.
By the way, can I tell you a little record store story?
Oh, please.
So you worked at Hip Cat, which is the one in Wheeling. They had punk rock, but they had rock and roll. It's a pretty cool record store, and that's where you went, right? Because there's only so many record stores. And that's a place we went because we couldn't only go to the turntable, but the turntable in Schaumburg is where we went.
So we're talking about the owners of the turntable.
Yeah, do you know the story? Do you know how it ended for them?
Well, yes, but okay. Well, I'm sorry. You should tell about the turntable. And
okay. Well, so turntable, I'm like, 15 or whatever. I go to the turntable and buying punk rock records there because they have punk rock records there.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob and Carol we get friendly with Bob and Carol. Eventually, it's like, I forget, my friend George, I think, was like, they sell weed, and it's like, oh, okay. So we started buying their brickweed, $40 a quarter brickweed from them. We're like, great, we're 16, place to buy weed. Great.
You would sell it at the store?
Oh yeah. You just go in there and buy some weed from them.
Because I know the place reeked every time I'd walk in there.
Well, Carol smoked cigarettes too. She was in the front. She looked like she was 90, but she was probably only like 47.
Oh yeah.
And she'd be like, downtown Bob. And she's all like dolled up. Remember Carol? Oh my God.
No, this is all taking me back because I know nobody talks about the turntable these days.
Bob looked like one of the Freak brothers.
Yes.
He had that like part in the middle, like long, kind of like dark hair, and was super tall. It was just like, hey, big Adam's apple on him.
Super friendly.
Yeah.
They were all really nice people.
Yeah. So anyway, we would buy weed from them on a regular, and that's pretty much all we did. We didn't get in any other drugs. They might have had other drugs. We never bought any other drugs from them. Yeah. So I don't really know about that, but I do know how it ended for them, because my friend Larry, and I guess it was about 94, sent me a news clipping from the Daily Herald. And what happened is somehow they eventually moved to Palatine. The turntable did. I don't know what happened. They got kicked out of Schaumburg or something. I don't know. They lost their lease. They were in Palatine for a while. Anyway, they had a house up in like Lake in the Hills,
right,
or something like that, like up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got fucking raided.
Right.
I think it was a drug thing, because they find out they were selling drugs to everybody.
Right.
So they got raided at their house. They did not come out of that house.
No.
Bob did a murder-suicide. Him and Carol fucking dead. Mm-hmm. That's how it ended for them.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And these people, we would hang out with these people all the time.
But yeah, the turntable, when they were in Palatine, I used to go there because they would have really cool like bootleg videos, like Alien Sex Fiend and The Orb. Sure. And I remember not getting charged any sales tax. That was the other thing. They were just like, it'd be like $19.99, or it would be like, oh, just give me $15, $20.
That might have been what they were getting busted for. I mean, who knows? It might not even been drugs, It might have been sales tax.
Man. Yeah, that takes me back. I haven't thought about the turntable.
Lake County Sheriff, like, you owe like $14,000.
Right.
They're like, fuck that.
Oh, yeah, man.
It just reminds me of that. Northwest suburbs, record stores. I always think of that. And it was just so jarring and sad, because like I really spent a lot of time with these people. Yeah. And they sold me weed when I was like, couldn't even buy cigarettes. Well, you could buy cigarettes back then, but you weren't supposed to, but you could.
There was always the cool guy at the counter, but
yeah.
This was the lead single. It reached number 24 in Rome.
Yeah.
And it's called Don't Go Outside.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
This is, was this on? I think it was.
Wow. Hello? Yes, hello. That was, sorry, that was a satellite. That was our satellite feed from Berlin. I think. Das Features gut.
They love experimental music in Germany.
Yeah.
Das Bieten gut. Okay, we can continue. Wortaufforderung.
That's good. They say musicians can improvise.
Seriously, don't go outside.
Oh, we're staying here tonight.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Here's the that village pathway. You want to check it out? Oh yeah. Yeah, now this is where I get my Monterey Pop vibes from.
Under a loop of skies in the vulgar cold.
Hey! There he is. Sorry to keep you waiting, man. This traffic is just you? Oh, excellent.
Good to see you, brother.
Oh my God, good to see you.
Hey, hey.
You remember?
I do. Hey.
I remember the last time. Whoa! I remember this kitchen. Douglas Seaward has been an important player in Chicago's punk rock and DIY music scene since 1986. He first appeared in his band ID Under. Since then, he's played in such other groups as 8 Bark, V Reverse, which I served as his drummer, Fourth Rotor, 97 Shiki, and Drilling for Blasting with his partner Cammy Lee on drums. He's also been a supporting player in bands such as Screeching Weasel, The Geezers, and Days Off. He was also a major contributor to Underdog Records, originally run by Russ Forrester. The label became a collective run by volunteers that released dozens of records by local bands such as Cap and Jazz, Bo Weevils, Gage, and the legendary and influential Octung Chicago compilations. And he's also a very dear friend of mine.
Practice space.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's ugly, but
I mean,
it works.
I mean, you should have seen the last place we played at, so.
Watch your head. I will remind you.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few headbangers down here. Yeah, when we were looking for the house, we had 2 criteria. One was we wanted a tree in the backyard, and we wanted a basement we could build a practice space.
I think since I've known you, I remember that was kind of the criteria in general.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So it's not pretty.
You kidding me? This is beautiful. This is like, yeah, this is the dream right here, having your own.
There you go.
You know? Oh, you got a mixer and everything.
Yeah, we have the whole setup down here. So it's not that big, but we have got 5 people playing in here once.
Okay.
It's not comfortable, but 3 or 4 is fine. And
we're not here for comfort. We're here to work.
yeah, and then we got this little guy set up. We call it the Rememberator, so we can record ourselves while we're practicing. So if we write something, we can remember what the hell we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is our little place, and it's kind of crazy overbuilt because. So actually, there's a V-reverse connection. Here's when we got this house and moved in. Adam Checkness, bassist of the Universe, was he'd been doing some work. I think he'd been hanging drywall with people, and so he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll totally help you guys out." So Adam laid a lot of this drywall in there, which was great because it was a pain in the butt. This is so overbuilt. It's like, so the walls, for example. So we were paranoid when we go to the beginning. We were paranoid about pissing off our neighbors, right? We wanted to be able to practice in our house. And so we're like, we gotta make sure it's soundproofed. And so with a little bit of acoustic science nerdery, these walls, like a normal stud wall would be a 2x4 with a 2x4 and you hang rock on it. These are actually 6-inch sills or 6-inch plates, and there's 2x4s that are staggered. So the inside drywall is not hanging on the same studs as the outside drywall.
Okay.
So when the inside stuff moves, the sound has to go over to the air gap to the other side of that. So it's actually 2 layers of drywall on each side and insulation in the middle.
Okay.
Right? It's bonkers. And so it's like twice the amount of drywall that a room this size would have.
Right.
And Adam, man, he was our hero. Because he came, I remember him just like one-handing it, and like he was great. So
I just think about him working down here. I could just picture him just like a monster, just like.
Adam was a big guy. Yeah, he was like 50 pounds heavier than me and 2 inches taller.
But then he's also, you know, like he's just a genius. He's just like, yeah, he's also a nerd genius as well. So he probably was thinking, oh, that is.
Oh no, he was a huge help, and I just remember it was just like it felt like we were continuously hauling sheets of drywall down there. But we got it all together and we did it all up, and it's really great. The only compromise is the ceiling's a little low, so we couldn't drop it any more. We had to go around the soffit for the air conditioning. But the funny thing is, so we did all this stuff, and then we were playing and stuff, and paranoid was doing that. We took a while to get to know our neighbors to the north, and it was maybe a couple years we've been here. One day we're hauling band equipment in and out of the back, and our neighbor was like, "Oh wow, hey, are you guys in a band?" We're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, where do you practice?" So we're like, "Okay, excellent. This is working great. We've been playing full volume next to you for about a year or two, so
beautiful.
Yeah, it worked out good. Yeah. And now it was probably overkill. We were just paranoid. But we wanted to practice in our house, right? So,
I mean, no, there's you don't have to worry about like, oh, I gotta, obviously cutting it short at a certain time, and that's
we can do whatever. So it worked out really good. So,
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So it ain't pretty, but it does the job.
Like I said, this is beautiful. This is what at some point, we're gonna get. Yeah.
Again, I wish it was a foot taller. I wish it was bigger. It had windows, but hey, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
But
all right.
That's practice land.
Cool. I was hoping I get to see the practice room.
Yeah. There you go. Right, and I just remember, the Adam connection is like. It's great.
And do you remember we both have the same birthday, month, day, and year? Adam and I.
That's right.
So. And I'm saying this to myself, but I'm just going to say it out loud. Make sure we wash our hands. There we go. Also got to make sure. Just do the claw thing. I was working in fish at Whole Foods.
Sure do. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
You did that forever. Are you not doing that anymore?
No, I quit in 2021.
Oh, okay.
It was the greatest thing that I ever did. It was.
You did it for a long time.
Almost 20 years. Yeah, I mean.
We gotta go.
I mean, honestly, like.
It wasn't too annoying, but I think we all had fun.
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for you and being in a band with you, I probably wouldn't have seen a lot of the places that I saw. So thank you.
Yeah.
That was.
Thank you. We had some good adventures. Funny, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, can I chuck these or?
Just leave them the same.
Oh, golly.
My cousin Alexis suggested making Mexican street tilapia tacos, also known as pescaditos. To make this, Just cut the tilapia into strips and coat with the batter. To make the batter, you need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about half a can of orange soda until the mix becomes a batter. You can also use beer and chili powder instead of orange soda. So now that we got the batter going, place in a pan with plenty of oil. Cook 4 to 5 minutes on each side or until golden brown. Transfer to an aluminum pan or plate lined with towels to soak up any excess oil. Serve with tortillas, lettuce, any condiments you like, and of course it always goes well with rice and beans. The meal was awesome. Everything tasted really good, and it was really cool to hang out with Douglas and Cammie along with Athena and Alexis, kind of getting the full circle of our long and illustrious history, not only in music but personality-wise.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Greetings, my friends. I am Nostradamus. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. But the path to the tomorrows weave through yesterdays. In a former millennium, 4 truth tellers preached visions on this stage right here that seemed too fantastic to believe. They were mocked, laughed at, pelted with garbage. I've seen it. But now, as we enter a new year, the dawn of an ominous era, I have summoned these humble masked minstrels out of retirement to revive their warnings of yore. As many of you know, the Goblins' music is terrible, god-awful. In that, knowing your fate is terrifying. God help us in the future. Goblins help us see the future. This future, our future. Ladies and gentlemen, the sounds of tomorrow. These are the Goblins! Come on, the Goblins!
been playing drums for? If you were to.
I've been playing drums since 1977.
Oh wow.
So I was 8 years old when I got my first, sorry, 9 years old. How old am I? Drums for Christmas in 1977. My folks were kind enough to allow me to actually have drums. Most people of that age would love to have a drum set, and most people don't get them because, they're loud.
I guess give me a little bit of your backstory. Like, so you're born and raised in Chicago?
Born and raised in Chicago, Northwest Side, not too far from where I'm sitting right now, actually. Just at the right time for, I don't know, for rock music to hit the young kids.
Yeah. And what was hitting your ears at that? Like, what was the first kind of memory that you had of music?
Well, just radio singles, top 40, bubblegum music. But my folks were slightly older than some of my friends' folks were. They were jazz fans, they were classical fans. My mom did some work in the 60s. She worked for Mercury Records.
Oh, yeah.
She worked she was an office person, but for Mercury, worked for Columbia, worked for a recording studio, I think, Sheldon Recording, I think she worked at. But yeah, she worked for Columbia Records. Went out on a date with Andy Williams. I have a picture of it. I just moved. All my stuff is kind of in disarray, so I don't have the photo on me, but I'll try and send you one because it's very
okay.
cool. It's a date it's a photo of my mom and Andy Williams at a dinner with the third woman. I think she was his handler or something. The story goes is that he asked her to marry him. And it seems like, after a date or two, that was kind of quick. But she thought he was boring. She didn't like his music. She thought I was boring, middle of the road dude.
Wow. I mean, it was a different time, right? I mean, I don't know, that generation of like, you see somebody for the first time, you're like, I'm gonna marry them.
That's true. You're right. I'm gonna run down drummers I like.
Do it.
Clem Burke, Rat Scabies, Pete Thomas from The Attractions.
Okay.
You don't necessarily think of him, right? Because you think of Elvis Costello and his voice.
But his drumming is badass.
Drumming is really tasteful and inventive and like carries the songs. I mean, all these guys play to the songs. That's what I like about them. Johnny Barbada from the Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Mind blowing.
Flamboyant. In the right spot.
Oh, and flamboyant. Absolutely. Yeah. Mick Avery from the Kinks.
Okay. Yeah.
Jody Stevens from Big Star.
Yeah, of course.
The sound of his drums on some of those songs is like the ideal in my head that I was trying to get. So maybe that's what I was going for, right?
And I can hear that too. Actually, now you mentioned, like, especially like that Jody Stevens, just the way he plays fills.
Kind of all over the place, a little bit of slop, but also in control. It's not like mess.
Yeah.
I like Keith Moon to a degree, but it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Which has its place for sure. But I like when he can go back into the song,
Yeah.
Fast Eddie Ho. I think I said Fast Eddie Ho already. The guy on the Dusty Springfield records, the drummer on Dusty in Memphis, played so well and so uniquely, but she hated it. She did not like the way he played on that record, and it's insane.
Interesting. I mean, I guess it could be a UK versus US.
Right. But she liked the rest of the band, I think.
Oh, weird.
The fact that she was recording with these American musicians, but she really didn't like his drumming on that record. Wait, crazy to me.
And one thing that all those drummers do have in common, you know, this with you, is that you serve the songs and everything that you've played behind. I feel like
That's what I try to do. Yeah.
yeah, and I can hear it, man. So I think I've kind of figured out in this 2 hour span that, you know, your DNA, your wiring. I think we'll call this the brain wiring and DNA of Anthony Illarde.
If you can come up with a name for my drum sound, let me know.
Like, where does your musical journey start?
So, like I said, I grew up in DeKalb, which is like a little nothing town, nothing going on. I didn't have any brothers or sisters.
Oh.
So I spent a lot of time alone. So what I did have, you know, and I do not come from a musical family at all. Like, there was no musical instruments in our house or anything like that. But
music playing or anything, or like
but there was music. My dad as a teenager, you know, really into rock and roll in the 60s.
Okay.
And he shared that with me, you know, like all of his like very dog-eared, partied-on records from the 60s, like the Kinks, the Beatles, the Who, the Rolling Stones, the Count Five, the Music Machine. That's what he really liked. It's almost like, you know, I don't know, when did Cream come out?
Like 67, 60, yeah, 67.
Like that's where the music stopped for him. I feel like he doesn't, you know, like doesn't know Black Sabbath, like doesn't know any music from the 70s. Like after like Cream was like the most contemporary thing.
Okay.
So I just played those records all the time, and like that was my everything. You know, like I had a little Fisher Price record player, and you know, just played these records over and over again. Like then the next thing, it's like, well, I want to play guitar. You know, I mean, when I say that's all I did, I mean I had no interest or concept of sport or like,
yeah,
and still really don't. But like, yeah, really music. You know, it was like it made me kind of weird, probably. But
yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
so yeah, the next thing is like, you know, to play music. So probably when I was like 8 or 9, maybe, I got a you know, very crude acoustic guitar for Christmas, I think. You know, like most people at that time, you know, in the early mid 1980s, like the student level instruments were not, you know, very high quality. So it was a challenge. It all, you know, you almost like give up on it. Also the, like, you know, you're kind of limited as to how you're going to learn how to play. So, you know, you go in the yellow pages and, you know, look up guitar instruction, and there's like one guy that does it. This guy was, you know, a really great guitar player, but not at all like where I was interested in going.
Was he more
like,
of a shred? Yeah, was he more like a shredder, and you're just wanted to get the basic kind of? Or
no, not at all. Like Chet Atkins was like, I mean, I guess that is like shredding, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
But not, you know, like he had no concept of. I would have welcomed someone into heavy metal, I think, but he's not really music I like. But no, he was like into country music, and you just went through the the Mel Bay guitar method of like, okay, the first thing you learn is like how to hold the pick, and you anchor your pinky on the pick guard and do that for a week. And then it's like picking, you're just up and down picking. And then it's like, then you start to play songs. They're like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I feel like I did this for years, and I just learned a couple chords. And then, I think fast forward, I'm like in, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th grade or something. The guy's like, I think you probably need to go somewhere else. There's a younger guy teaching. And it took me, so he sends me to this other guy. And this is the first time I learned a power chord, which is like the rudimentary thing that most like self-taught guitar players learn, because it's just 2 fingers and you move it up and down the neck and you can pretty much play any rock song. So it's like, okay, I know what I need to know now, after a few lessons that this guy gave me. Like, I remember he's like, why don't you bring in some songs? So I brought in like 6 Pack by Black Flag.
To name you all out, I won't. But, there's some Lake County people.
Yeah.
Hernquist came all the way from Las Vegas. Holy shit. Monkhead, Adam Sharani. And, we used to have a bass player, a Lake County person, Ron Mather. And one of the things that he said to me, which always stuck with me, was, when you get on stage, don't acknowledge the other bands. So I won't.
Looking at a squirrel with a slice of pizza.
Awfully good.
Look at that thing go. Get it, boy. Get it. Wow.
Interspecies cannibalism.
Yeah.
Is it sausage?
Is it sausage or squirrel?
Squirrels are.
It's just not planting, it's laying on the ground, just eating all the innards. I wonder if I can.
Yeah, you pick the crust.
I wonder if I can get it closer.
It's sort of like you did. You like tomato.
All right.
Jesus, kid.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Nothing's gonna stop him or her. There you go. We're going with that pizza. You can do it. And now for something completely different. A squirrel eating a slice of pizza. Easy, Tiger. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Ramblin' Tommy Scott. It's called Waiting. Correct enough. So there was the Hillbilly Records, they called them.
Mm-hmm.
And get up.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Everybody. Come on.
Wow, the fidelity on that is like. It's just like,
we're gonna have some fun on a Saturday night. Yeah, or a Saturday afternoon.
there you go. Yeah, it's like country, like step dancing, like steppers. Wow.
Here, let's turn it down. Turn that damn thing down.
There you go. Now you can have a conversation.
Wow. Oh, no, here, turn it halfway up.
Wow. It really pushes out there. And then, of course, there's the, oh, yeah, you keep all the needles.
Yes, have had the chance to get thousands of needles. It sounds like it needs a little sharpening there, doesn't it?
Wow.
Had you heard of Ramblin' Tommy Scott?
No.
I had never heard of him outside of this record.
No. It looks like it's an acetate or a promo. It's a Y label. I didn't realize they made Y label 78.
Always blue on the king tip, right, as far as I've ever seen.
Thanks for inviting us here.
Oh, please, welcome
Thank
to
you.
Shakespeare Street.
Yes. I was just telling my television friends that you were here.
Your audience.
That you're a pioneer around here, living in this neck of the woods.
It was 35 years ago this May that I moved into this house, and now Barb and she's been here coming up on 30 years. So we've seen things change, better or worse, I'm not sure. Well, that the people, if they have pit bulls, they're rescues now.
They're not roaming the streets or
well, I guess all dogs are rescues, so.
Definitely. Jack leads us to his basement laboratory, where he shows Athena a painting called No Wake.
Oh my gosh.
So it's Jake Gyllenhaal as the Martin Sheen character in Apocalypse Now. Was going for Martin Sheen, but I'm thinking a little bit more Jake, right? And then, of course, there's Klaus as Aguirre, and that
With the monkey,
and the title of the painting is No Wake. So the Martin Sheen character, he's like, what's wrong with you? And you're dressed like a conquistador, and you got a monkey.
I mean, that's like going.
I missed this before. Probably because it didn't have a reference. There was no reference before.
So this would be a wealthier area of Lake Michigan, right, where everyone has their own dog. But it seems a little darker than you would imagine.
Yeah.
Originally, the painting, it was all fall colors. It's super naive. I made some changes.
Okay.
Found in the alley, 7 feet by 4 feet.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now it all makes sense. I mean,
right.
so yeah.
It's called what was it? Jungle Waters, perhaps. Just throwing that out there, right?
With Holmes.
Well, that they would be the colonialists, right?
Okay. I could see the stretch there. Yeah.
Right. I mean, as far as the characters they portray in those movies, that they're the worst of all, the worst, Cortez, it's in trying to find El Dorado in South America, and at the beginning of Aguirre, Wrath of God, they're at Machu Picchu, but instead of showing the ruins, they just shoot the camera up. So Oh, it's the chicken's going to be on momentarily.
Very nutty.
Oh no.
Submitted for your approval.
Beautiful.
Delicious. Oh, look at this.
Well done, Jack.
Yeah. And Barb.
Barb's. Show Barb's hands.
Oh, wow. So we got corn, grilled carrots, we got kale, and then, of course,
Sorry, chickens.
sorry chickens, but you guys.
Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas,
Mm.
right? That's his
Mhm.
operation. I was unaware of this. I
Oh,
learned
yeah,
from
yeah,
that
yeah.
story,
That's-
right. And so that better him than someone else is my opinion.
I mean, I know got some flack from,
Oh, that's all
You
right.
okay?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. That's okay. Jack can fix that.
Sorry for it's an experimental chair. I used just the scraps. I wung it on the spot, right?
Well, here's to our motorcycle front riding friends. It's called Donator Lives. Sign the card. Now, Rex, that's for you.
should die.
What can you tell me about Willie York?
Willie York was a very famous, quote unquote, houseless or homeless man that was very eccentric. He was in the army, had a family, was a normal guy, and then some stuff happened, and he ended up taking all the money that he had, and I think he burned it in the alley and decided he was going to live on the streets forever, and he did. And he was very trippy and colorful, and it's really hard to explain Willie.
Yeah.
But you'd see him around town dressed like a tree. We'd have like tree branches and leaves all over him, or he'd be dressed like a clown, or he'd be dressed in like the old what's it called? Back in the day when guys would wear the black face and it was considered racist now. But Willie would walk around dressed like that on purpose with the white face on his black skin. He was just such a great guy. And a lot of people thought he was crazy, but I ended up hanging out with him in like alleys and drinking with him and partying with him. And one time I even went and picked him up in my car, which he did never do. He would never get in someone's car, let alone go to someone's house. But he liked me a lot. And he went to my house and he's walking around with these big deer antlers on. He's got a dead rat's head around his neck. He's completely got like all this wacky stuff on. We're in my room smoking weed, and my roommate's sleeping. He's like, "Hey, can I use your bathroom, bloody?" I go, "Yeah, go help yourself, Willie." So Willie is traipsing around the apartment that I'm sharing with this crazy guy who will shall remain nameless because I don't have any respect for the guy. But he woke up when Willie's walking through our apartment, and he literally freaked out and screamed, thinking we were being robbed by this crazy dude. And I was like, "No, man, that's Willie York. He's a legend." And he's like, "Oh, man, I had no idea." It was really funny, man. But Willie was cool. Yeah. And I kept in touch with him for years and years. And when I found out he was in a nursing home several years back, I flew to Peoria secretly without telling anyone I was coming there. And I went to the nursing home with two reasons. One, to wish my friend goodbye because I knew he was dying slowly or quickly. And he also was a big pothead like me. And so I took one of the electronic vape cartridges with me with cannabis. And while we were in the nursing home, I slipped it to him and showed him. And he's like, "What's this?" And I said, "This is like a joint, bro, but it's electronic. You just take a hit off of it, just like a joint." So he puts it to his mouth, instead of taking a little hit, he takes a huge hit because he doesn't realize how effective this is. Sure. Next thing I know, Willie York is coughing so bad that the nursing home staff had to rush in and take him out for oxygen treatments, and I thought he was going to die on the spot. But so he got blazed, and while they were doing all that, I looked at him and I go, "Look, man, did you feel that weed?" And he goes, and he gives me his hand like, "Give me some more." I'm like, "No, man, I'm not going to be the one to kill you, bro." And so they wheeled him away, and that was the last I ever saw of Willie, man. And he died not too long after that.
Yeah. The world is a prisoner. The world, man don't understand that the world was created by nature, not by man. And the creators that created this world needs the things that nature produced. So actually man is defeating itself. He actually destroying the things that can take care of him in the world of the dead to build things to make him come on existence.
Rock and roll therapy. Let's go! All the
obviously Oregon really suits you. And you've been there for how long?
Well, I was living in Peoria, Illinois, in around 2000, in the mid 2000s. I went through some heavy stuff with my relationship with my wife, which is all good now. And then my mother died, and I had left my band, and I was a real dark place. And then the phone rang, or maybe I got a text message, but it was a guy in Medford, Oregon, and he says, "Hey, I sing for a band called My Own Black Eye." And I go, "Hey, what's up? Cool to meet you." He goes, "Hey man, we're going on tour. We're playing Peoria." I said, "Okay, yeah, where and when?" He goes, "No, I'm not done. We actually cover one of your songs, bro, in our set. And when I was a teenager growing up, you were like one of my punk heroes. Like, and I can't believe you're still around and alive. And will you come out and sing Empty with us?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, bro. I'm so in a dark place. This will be a pleasure." So flash forward, they came to Peoria. It was like 2009, I think. I went out and sang with them. Takes me out to the parking lot afterwards, and he goes, "Bro, we've been on tour." And that was the 3.5 minutes. The best 3.5 minutes of the entire tour for me was being on stage with you, and the energy that you put out and that we put out together was awesome. He goes, "And I just want to tell you, man, that was just a real honor. Thanks." And of course, I felt the same. I was reciprocal. And then when he gets back to Oregon, he gets a hold of me. "Hey, man, I really think there's chemistry here. How about if we learn some of your songs and you fly out and do your first shows on the West Coast?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm in." So I flew out, played in Oregon. And then it's about 2010. And then they take me around, show me this beautiful, wonderful West Coast. And then he's like, "Hey, fly back out. Let's go play LA. Let's go play Portland for a weekend. And let's play an all ages show." So I did all these things. And then finally one day I said, "You know what? You didn't ask me, but you're crafty, bro. And you knew I was going to be sucked into this." And he goes, "I know." And I said, "I'm going to move here if you don't mind." He goes like, "Please." So then he quit. That guy's name was Chris. He quit that band, joined a band called the Hollow Bodies. And then in 2010, while they were still living here and I was in Peoria, they learned a whole set of my music, like to a T. We set up a 12-state USA tour. I flew from Peoria to here. We had one rehearsal. The next morning, we got in the van and did a 12-state tour. I flew back home, went back to work. I couldn't get it off my mind of how fun it was. And I thought, dude, you're wasting your life. You need to get out and rock the West Coast. So I ended up moving out here like 6 months later and never looked back, bro. And that was August of 2011 when I moved here.
Here's the man.
Ah, shit. Oh my God.
Love you, bro.
Oh, good. There's my man. Oh, shit. There he is. Neat. Heart to fucking heart. Oh, good to see you, brother. You too, bro.
Oh, looking
So-
forward. This is
Hey,
Nina.
nice to meet
Let
you.
you know my voice is fucked. So
No.
I've been not talking at all, telling everybody I'm not a rock star asshole. I'm just fucked. So they're gonna help me do backing vocals tonight. I've already got it stacked, and
Okay.
Jeff Hyde from Super 88. So
Oh, nice. That's the microphone.
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. I don't want you to stretch your voice out. Here's some cough drops, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, this is, folks, this is Bloody F Mess in Chicago, which has been a very long time. He's been
Glad to be here. Too bad my voice is shot, but hey, it'll be okay tonight. Yeah.
Let
Well-
Angel do the talking.
Yes. Yeah, no. But no, this is yeah. Can't imagine. We've been chatting over text messages and of course our Firesign chats. Oh, I think that was you. What do we got here? Oh yeah, don't lose that. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Check that out, folks. There. So, we can talk more later. I don't want to save your voice, but I want to definitely hear about Davenport.
I love Angel and Athena a whole lot. They're great people.
And subscribe to his damn channel, please. He's doing a great service to rock and roll, to sharing the stories of his life experience. I don't know. I just
want to say one thing.
Yes.
Ricola.
There you go. It's a good. Anyway.
He's being all serious. I'm trying to lighten the mood.
Well, you know, some people call me the Mr. Rogers of punk rock.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy. They call me the Doctor of Love.
Call me the Dr. Love. No,
some people call me Maurice.
Wow. And some people call me Francis. But
the talking mule?
Betty.
Here in time, so wish me luck.
So I mean, yeah, I want to just ask you about Phil, and because I never, I mean, I saw Cheer Accident a couple times. The first time, real quick, was at the Fireside.
Yeah.
I think it was after a Boys Life show. We were planning on, me and my friends were actually, I think my bassist and the Hee Hee Wives, we went to catch Boys Life, but they were finishing up, and old Brian Peterson was at the door. And he was like, "Hey,
I want to stick around for this.
I want to stick around." And he would always do little things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to just stick around and watch this. And he's like, I'll charge you like I think $4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I love Brian Peterson too. I think Brian Peterson's a good man, very fucking cool guy. Like,
shout out to you, Peterson.
If you happen to watch this, Brian. Hi, Brian. I love you. Yeah, that's very much a Brian Peterson. You're gonna want to. Hey Tom, you're gonna want to stick around and watch this. It's really great.
Around and it was Cheer Accident. Like who? So I just said, okay. I mean, if Peterson's telling me that this is sticking around, like all right. And I don't know if you saw this show, but they did a whole set of covers. Like
no, but it's yeah, I'm sure they did. They're one of my, I think they're the best Chicago band, like in the history of all of Chicago, as far as punk rock, rock and roll, indie rock, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, they're
alternative.
They're the poor man's King Crimson.
Like, they are. They're a great alternative band.
Yeah, very alternative.
They love that. No, yeah, very interesting. Like we used to play, Cato used to play a lot of New Year's Eve shows. I think we at Firesign. I think we did like 4 or 5. Yeah, and we would always, Hoboken did a few with us, and Cheer Accident did a few with us, and I remember one year they did one they didn't have any instruments with them. Yeah, and I knew like what. Yeah, we're like whatever. So they did this award show.
Oh,
and it was funny as hell, and they won every award. Cheer Accident won every award. Like, what? This next, and it was, Tim Jones was up there, emceeing the whole thing, and it was hilarious. It was great, and that's what I love so much about that band is because every time you see them, it's a different set, and as a musician, that's like what a great free thing to do. I would get so annoyed when people would want to hear one song, always yell out that one song. Sure. And at your accident show, what are you going to yell out? Because you don't know what that one song is, because they don't let you know what that one song is. Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a whole show. It's a whole experience. And Phil, when we met Phil, and we went in there because Smokey Popes recorded with him, Screeching Weasel recorded with him, I believe. So yeah, we didn't know what we were doing, and they were like, yeah, I should go record Solid Sound with Phil Bonet. It's off in the States. And, we went out there. I remember going to a Hoboken session. They were in recording, and I think I was in there doing backing vocals on a song and with Todd, and met Phil and just got along with him. He was really good about, he's like 10 years, I don't know, maybe he had 10 years on or something like that. And he was really good about being like, hey, I know you're kind of weird, and I'm kind of weird too, and it's okay. It's okay to be weird. He kind of let us embrace that weirdness, and not just, feeling socially awkward. I'm not talking about that weirdness. I'm like just talking about being fucking weird and, just doing weird shit, do whatever. And he was really great about that. He was really, great to Cato and being like, I believe in what you guys are doing. Let's go do it. Let's get it done. And helped us, played on stuff, helped us, I think you guys could do better, and dealt with us while we were all fucking hammered. All of those records, we're drunk as we're fucking hammered, man. We're just fucking shit faced the whole time.
Talking beer and hard liquor and
all of it. Yeah, beer, hard liquor, like none of it. I didn't start doing hard drugs when I was in K. That was like after K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after we broke up. But we were drunk as shit. I remember we couldn't get a song down, and I had the bright idea. It was like February. I'm like, what we need to do is we need to go outside and all of us pull our pants down and sit in bare-assed in the snow for like 25 seconds. And we all were out there doing it because we're just kind of like that. And Phil goes, well, if you guys are going to do it, I'm going to do it too. And so we all sat there. We go back. I'd like to say we went back inside and killed it, but we didn't.
Right. It's almost like, the oblique strategies, Brian Eno cards, which.
Right.
I've used it once or twice, but yeah. But obviously Phil, like, kind of, well, he was the adult, obviously. That's what I was getting. The vibe from him is like he was the grown guy or the grown up in the group, but he was also equally weird and
just
unhinged. But
and I think that I remember him talking to me about Cato and how we really didn't sound like other bands that he had worked with or this from that specific scene. He's like, you guys have a uniqueness. I believe in you guys, and 2 out of the 5 of you can actually play your instruments, and stuff like that. And which, whatever, and he was really cool about that. And it made us feel good because we respected him as a musician. We respected him as a, engineer, a lover of music and purveyor and, recording music, all that stuff. And then I started hanging out with him and, he and I would go out drinking and do weird stuff. And that was really cool. I remember one night. Do you remember Tuman's Alcohol Abuse Center?
Oh, the alcohol abuse, of course.
Yeah. So we're in there. And I'm getting shit faced. Phil is the type of guy that he could drink a million beers and he'll act absolutely the same. It's infuriating.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, you're like, Jesus, man, come on. And I met a guy who claimed to be an opera singer. And in there, and I was like, if you're an opera singer, and he happened to be a homosexual, I'm like, if you're an opera singer, I'll make out with you. And he just, I don't know if he is or not, but he sure sounded like one. So I made out with the guy for a few minutes, and whatever. And Phil comes up to me and he knows that I was just goofing around being a shit. And he's like, he just whispers in my ear, goes, "You want to get fucking weird?" And I was like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let's go. And so we end up going to this place called the Manhandler.
Oh.
And it's your typical, not the manhole, the manhandler.
Manhandler.
Apparently there's a difference, and I'll tell you what.
Yes.
So it's your typical, gay bar where it's got gay porn on the big screens, a bunch of dudes hanging out. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's really not that weird to me. It's great. These guys are just,
not
living
what I'm
their lives.
expecting as an evening out, but hey.
Yeah. These guys are just living their lives in a fucking bar, hanging out, And he splits. I don't know where he goes. I think he's in the bathroom. And he doesn't come back. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I started wandering around the bar a little bit, seeing what's going on. And I noticed that there was a path leading outside. Oh, they must have an outside area. And I go out there, and it's like an outside beer garden type place, but like a big kind of gazebo, right? And it's a straight up like 50, 60 dude orgy going on. I mean, there is straight up, dick sucking daisy chains, butt fight, everybody doing their thing. I was like, wow. And I was like, whoa, wow. Yeah, I'm like, why can't heteros be like this? And I'm standing there, kind of smoking a cigarette, drinking my drink, kind of, taking it all in. And this guy comes up to me and puts his arm around me and starts massaging my nipple. And I'm just like, how am I going to get out of this? And Phil, you know, and in front of me is a daisy, circle jerk. So a bunch of guys just jerking each other off in a circle. I mean, come on. And Phil just walks up to me and he says as loud as he can, he goes, "Hey, Tom, let's get out of here. This is bullshit. He's not going to fucking come, or nobody's going to come." And so we leave, and we stopped at a few other places drinking, and then we wound up at an S&M bar. And I'm out of my fucking mind drunk by now.
Yeah.
And he's like, this was a place he had to knock on the door, give him a password type of thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, so he like knocks on the door, and I'm peeing like on the door, like next to the door, you know, so they could obviously see me and know it's good. I don't care. And they open the door and they're like, "No, you guys," they're like, "No, you guys can't come in here." And Phil just goes, "What are we, the wrong vanilla?" And I guess that
wrong vanilla.
yeah. And I guess that convinced him or whatever to let us come in. And so we're in there, and to be honest with you, a lot of it's a blur. I don't know where he is, but there's like an upstairs area. There's a bar upstairs area with a bunch of rooms, and then like a little tiny bar over there. And I'm drinking more, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do, you know, I'm gonna go see what's going on. And I walk into a room, and a chick's got, you know, like that thing where you can get, you know, handcuffed and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I look at her and I go, "I want you to kick me in the balls." And she goes, "Okay." And it was like, dude, $50 or something. I give her $50, and she does, you know, here my ball, and she, you know, it does the whole ball foot play thing. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I hate feet, by the way. That's a weird phobia of mine.
Wait, what?
Anyways, I hate feet. It's a weird phobia of mine. Like feet,
like people's feet.
Yeah.
You're not like Tarantino's fucking feet in every scene.
Not the gross. I call them gross ground grabbers, dirty leg ends.
Oh my!
I can't stand it. That's why. Yeah, it's widely known about me. So she unties me and everything. Like she unties me and everything. To see how they handcuffs. And I look at her. I pull out another $50, and I go, "I want you to kick me in the balls." I give it to her, and she's like, "Okay," you know, ties me back up. She kicks me so hard in the fucking balls, dude. Like they must have came up into my brain. You know, like I start puking because she kicked me so hard in the balls. And she's like, you know, she's like, "Harold," you know, yells for somebody. She uncuffs me. Everyone's yelling and mad at me and stuff like that. I'm puking, and I was like, "That was a good one," you know.
You bought the juice box.
I'm like, "You really got me." Yeah. Yeah, and they threw us out of there. Yeah, they made us leave. And then we wind up our night. That was like 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow, the witching hour.
Yeah, and we're in the loop. And we go up this, like, I want to say it was Lake Street because there was a train above us. We go in there, and it's I don't know, like a vampire bar or something. It's like a lot of people with weird piercings, and you know, it's very like Star Trek meets David Lynch kind of a vibe.
Okay.
You know, and it's got this long bar, and I'm automatically, you know, he said something to me like, he's like, "There's a vampire bar." All right, whatever. You know, what the fuck? Yeah. And we're like up there, and then I don't know, these people pretending to drink blood, you know, with their martinis and shit. You know, I don't know. And I'm just like talking, saying dumb stuff to people and everything like that. And a guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Well, you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." You know, and so I slammed down. I go, "It's no big deal." And this guy's got a lot of piercings. And I go to her, I go, "Anyone tell you your face looks like a fucking messy utensil drawer?"
Oh my!
And we get kicked out of there. Like they didn't. That was a fast one, you know. I was like falling down drunk by this point, and probably slurring they were, as soon as we walked in the place, I don't think they wanted us there. You know, kind of. Phil, the whole time normal, no problems at all. Yeah. And then I think we went to the Lincoln. Remember that, you know, that restaurant, the Lincoln? You get a big ass beer for like 75 cents with your breakfast.
I don't think I've ever been there, but I remember it.
You know what I'm talking about? It's got big Abe Lincoln on the front with the state Illinois carved out and everything.
Okay. So you guys went, you guys went there, had a beer, and
yeah, that was it. That's the end of the story.
That's quite a
that was one night, all of that.
Wow.
One night.
And that's with Phil, the adult.
With Phil. Yeah, with the adult Phil. And we just ever since that night, he and I kind of had this thing where he's like, you know what, you're all right. And I'm like, you know what, Phil, you're all right too. And I love him I really do love him very much. Like, and I miss him all the time. And I wish he was around to just hang out to and talk to and, you know, get through this life, you know, with a guy like him. He was just funny, you know, and he just accepted people, and he was brilliant guitarist, you know, and just a smart, fun, cool fucking guy. And I think he saw something, you know, in certain individuals from, you know, people in the music scene that he wanted to hang out with and get weird with.
I was really tired of the negative stereotyping of things. Never glamour seemed to
I'm Athena. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Well, gee. Thank you. Well, you know.
The pressure, the moment of silence, the decision, the moment of silence, the noise.
There's a lot of bands from the 80s, you know, and they get back together and they just go out and they tour, and all they do is play all the songs that they did in the 80s. Who wants to hear that? No! It's embarrassing. It's just sad.
What you're hearing now
It's not something we would do.
is not real sound. We can improve it, or we can destroy it. The moment of silence. You've got a good beginning.
Yeah!
Rock music blares.
Yeah!
Doors slam. People yell.
Yeah!
Children scream. Sirens whine. Trucks grumble and roar. Rock music blares. I can't hear a thing.
Blares! 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 No!
Is there any escape from noise? Is there any escape from noise? Is there any escape from noise?
No!
Now you take all that noise and it bounce off of one building to another building and down to the pavement where you're walking. And it's no wonder you're exhausted after a day of shopping online. You're tired.
Yes!
You're beaten down.
Yes!
You're irritable.
Yes!
Your mental and physical health are suffering. Is there any escape?
No!
Is there any escape?
No!
From noise?
Yeah!
Hang on, you're not plugged in. Hang on. Oh yeah. That works. Hang on, what the heck?
I knew there'd be a screw up.
Woo!
Okay.
No.
Now, do you see this side with the little inset of your image?
Yes.
I'm seeing what's going on here. You do see her.
Yes. Let's see.
Let's see. Alright, okay. Yeah, I'm really starting to get confused, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
No. This is. I'll take your confusion over anything else.
Off, and let's work with this. No. I'll take your confusion over. Okay, now I'll ask it. What do you see on your screen that's coming back to you from me?
So on the left, I see you in the corner, of course, and then the QVC, and in the middle, that's where looks like the images are kind of going into each other, and colors are changing. And then on the right, there's me.
Yeah, that's the effect. And then what? And then on the right of that is you larger?
Yes.
Or is it just? Yeah, now I think I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm seeing you coming at me, and you see the white hand?
Yes.
Should be right over your forehead, the white hand.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this is a mistake I made. Where the white hand is now is the signal that you're sending to me.
Oh.
And my screen is showing both you coming in and what I'm sending out. So what I'm sending out is over here.
No.
And do you see the white hand now or not?
No.
Tell me if you can see the white hand. You can. Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, I was interpreting this wrong.
Also, I'm really delayed.
And the okay, now under the picture that I'm sending, under the picture that I'm sending back to you is my name showing.
No. Now I can't hear you.
Oh boy, that is a long delay.
Yeah, I feel like
waited like 8 seconds before you to say no.
It's delaying time tunnel. It's delaying time tunnel.
Yeah, super long delay. Yeah, all right. Now I think I understand this a little better.
Yeah.
Let me make this. Let me make it any smaller. Yes, it does. Now that probably affected it because that's my browser and I'm making it smaller. Now I gotta readjust it in OBS. Yeah, it's starting to make sense. So go back to incoming signal. Let's readjust.
Did you hear that?
Okay, boy, that's a super long delay. My God.
Feel like I'm calling you from Jupiter.
Did you hear that? I heard something. Feel like I'm calling you from Jupiter. Well, that's interesting. Let's move that over a little bit, see what that does. I'll fade.
Yeah, that's very unusual.
We're closed, lady.
My cousin's dropped in.
Lady, I'm mopping up.
What are you mopping with?
What am I mopping with?
What kind of cleanup?
A liquid.
Make some spick and span.
Spick and span.
Want to get home? It'll put power in the water. Go over where you just cleaned.
But it's clean.
Look, spick and span wouldn't leave all that greasy dirt.
Oh, why am I not?
Hey, thanks, lady.
And off. Okay. Can you hear me? Is the delay still there? I simplified everything.
I can hear you. Did you hear that? Now I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wada 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 wada.
You hear me now?
Yes, but it sounds like it's breaking up a little bit. Your voice.
Okay. But you can is it still breaking up?
A little bit, like a little staticky, I guess.
Okay, well the delay is less. It's down to like 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah.
Nope.
Easy to stop this video feedback. I want to stop it, but I didn't.
Maybe just a reset.
Now if it may go black. You will do something here black for a minute. Now, can you still hear me or not?
Can hear you.
Oh, okay. And my screen coming back at you should be just one camera, just
Yeah.
this camera. Okay, that's the Logitech camera. How quick is the delay now?
Let's see. Wada wada wada.
I hear that right away. Do it again.
Wada wada wada.
Yeah, it's almost completely back. I wonder if it's because of my effects that made the delay more.
I don't
So
know.
let me see if I got that camera. Now, let's experiment. Let's try the other camera. Turn that on. And now fade to it. Now there should be two cameras on of me.
Yep. Yep.
That one is the Logitech.
Yes.
And then that's that other one I showed you last week that's on a little stand over by the side of the table.
Okay, yep, I see that.
Yeah, boy, the delay is almost pretty good now. Okay.
Almost like 50 stuff.
Yeah, it's quite good. And you notice that camera has a little, doesn't look as clear. The Logitech camera, that one should be the clearest image.
Yes.
Now, think a minute.
Yeah.
It should be on your left side.
Okay.
So I'm going to press play and let me know if it's left or right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Left. Okay.
They're probably gonna be out.
Now it's center.
On the right side.
Now it's right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just think
we're down.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You sound pretty good, but I'm only about 10 blocks from you. You should come in a little stronger than that. We're gonna have to put another 10 up there. That's all there is to it. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to do something, and to hell with the management. 10-4. Right there. I'm down here on Gee Whiz. Where am I? Yeah. Gary. Yeah, I'm over here at Gary right now, coming up the park. Huh. Well, at least I'm getting out a little bit there. Yeah, definitely. You're doing the job there, pipe fitter. You're definitely doing the job. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. You and I have to get together, maybe this next week or the week after and see what we can come up with, okay? Yeah, okay, Rich, take care of your body out there. Take care of Channel 13. Don't let him lay on your head too much here. Fire back on him. Put on that big KW up there. Oh, I don't want to put both on. Good grief. The last time, you know what happened the last time I put both on? I shut down Pleasant Hill and Walnut Creek, and I darn near shut down Pittsburgh. I don't want to do that. A terrible situation. They don't appreciate me then. They think that I'm a bad boy. We definitely don't want to be known as...
By the way, can you hear me over the CD?
Yes.
That's the ABC Auto Parts guy saying that. That's the guy's voice.
Oh, I thought that
He
was. Well,
doesn't say ABC Auto Parts. He's carrying on a conversation with somebody else.
This is almost like hearing over the edge.
It's head baking time.
Thank you, Empty Bottle. Thank you, everyone who stuck around.